Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here today with episode 5 of Osamake. So last episode, Maria, our third heroine, finally made her appearance, or actual appearance anyways, and we got a lot of spicy stuff there, right? I love it. Now all the heroines are complete, and we are continuing with the drama, of course. Last episode, it seems that Kuro has gotten amnesia. For the record, I don't believe that one bit, considering that this is a rom-com and we already know they like to play a lot of mind games and whatnot. I have my suspicions that this is probably some kind of scheme to, I don't know, to get Haru to feel sorry for her or something of that sort, right? But we shall see about that. Beyond that, of course, I'm really intrigued by what Momo has brought to the table, which is, in terms of driving the story along, which is asking Haru to return to the entertainment industry and also to bring along Kuro with him, right? So, how's that gonna play out? Well, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, beginning right here. Honey on sashimi? Holy sh... Is that a Gintama reference? Aren't you supposed to be hiding? What the hell? That's why... Why were you trying to hide her? And you couldn't just tell by looking at her? Oh my god. Ugh. Like seriously, the... Oh. Okay. Tennis on the national level. This one is cute. Holy shit, what is that family? Colorful sisters. Can you do that? Yeah, she's definitely doing this on purpose. Love her already. Then again, I may be biased, right? But I definitely like characters which, like to fool around and whatnot and play a lot of jokes. So in terms of this, I'd say that Momo's personality and the way she acts might be more similar to Kuro than Shiro, right? Shiro seems more of the uptight kind of girl. Especially considering that she comes from a rich family. More of an Ojo-sama, if you will. I'm kind of curious though. Momo was wearing that dress, right? But it actually seems like the way it looks more like a uniform from school. So most probably she goes to another school, right? And she's not going to like transfer here. And there is a difference in the closeness that they have here. Just a regular taxi, eh? Well, everybody knows. Hmm. Well, aren't you feisty? Wait, so seriously, all three of these like Haru as well? I Are you sure you're only in mid school? Oh my god. What am I watching here? Well, it is a harem. It is a harem story, I guess. Although, I actually do watch harem anime, harem rom-coms and whatnot, but I prefer it when the amount of girls involved doesn't balloon to, like, ridiculous levels. Ooh. Really? To that point? Alright. So if I were to venture a guess, I would say Haru is just trying to reset everything. Sorry, not Haru, Kuro. Kuro's just trying to reset everything here. Yeah. This is seriously so... Like, oh my god, this... Oh, that's Shiro, right? Hello. uh... Okay. Yeah, she definitely doesn't like them to be chit-chatting right now. I don't think so either. I mean, that should be... The octopus wiener trap? What? Ooh. What? Octopus wieners are... Well, I wouldn't say they're tasty, honestly. They're okay. Oh, nice. I don't believe for 1 second she has amnesia. Like, seriously, this really makes absolutely no sense at all. The entire setting and whatnot of this. But let's see where exactly this goes, eh? Dance really well. All I can say is that dance is definitely legendary. Although not necessarily in the good sense. What? Oh. I guess this is supposed to be like a heartwarming scene and whatnot, but this whole entire premise is just so ridiculous that I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. She was looking the entire time. Well, that means that he can't be manipulated, though. Holy shit. That's a big bite. Ah. I don't think translating it as ultramarine is correct here, but oh what? Well, who knows? Maybe it is ultramarine. I'll check that out later. But I don't think that's supposed to be how it's translated. I mean, I'm basing it on the kanji, but potentially in Japan, those two words put together could mean something different. Oh, so they're not gonna come clean? Hmm. Okay. I guess that leaves some development room for the future, right? Hmm. What are you trying to do? Do you actually want to pursue a career in something like that? Oh, they're gonna look at it right now? Yeah. It's in Shibuya as well. Wow, that's certainly quite different. Oh, here's the rest of the gang. Okay, this is definitely a character you want to punch already, right? Although, who knows? Maybe he'll turn out to be really funny. Yeah, I think this is definitely... Does she have aspirations of becoming an actor? Yeah. Especially. I want to see that. I mean, this is so obviously a bad character, like, I don't... I feel like there was a better way of doing things, but... Alright, we gotta go for the dramatic, right? Alright, see you guys after this. Well, alright guys, that was it for episode 5, and first off, let me make a correction to myself. So I was wrong, and Gunjo does actually translate to ultramarine here. So, the more you know, right? Japanese language is kind of funny like that. The reason I was having my doubts right there is because the two kanji that make up that word actually, does not give any implication of the final translation being ultramarine. The first kanji means group, whereas the second kanji could mean, could mean various things. It could mean blue in a sense, but it can also mean youth. So honestly, originally I thought that Gunjo here was, the meaning was a group of young people, right? When we say something like seishun, it means youth, right? And the word comes from, the first kanji of the word also is the same kanji as this as well. So that's why I thought that they were more referring to, okay, this is like a sort of like a club, right? A club, a channel, or a club project or something of that sort. But like I said, the more you know. So apparently Gunjo does actually mean ultramarine. So they are just opening the ultramarine channel, ultramarine club, or whatever, right? Or of course it could also be like a double play on the words, but we'll see if that is so as we go on. Now back to the episode at hand. Like, I don't know, man. I seriously don't know if this is simply a case where they are adapting the original source in a more haphazard fashion, so there's various illogical jumps and cuts and whatnot. But I don't know, I feel like the entire premise or the entire how the story moves forward is actually quite ridiculous, right? And so because of that, it's really hard to. So how can I put this? Like, they just don't react like you would expect normal people to. Alright? Like, I can say this right here. I think every single character that we've seen so far in the series is kind of weird in a way, right? And, I mean, obviously that's not exactly a bad thing here. Anime, manga, these stuff are supposed to be unrealistic, right? And if everything just worked according to real life, then there would be no fun. But this definitely is a little bit more out there that I really don't understand what they are thinking and what kind of action they are going to take here, right? And it's just, like, so, I don't know, like so random. Like, suddenly, I mean, you can kind of get the idea behind it, right? Like, but I don't know, just all the events that are happening. It's not only the characters themselves, but also the flow of the story, right? Like, introducing characters here and then saying something here and whatnot. I don't know. I just feel like it's, it just doesn't really make a lot of coherent sense in terms of an overall flow, right? It seems that we are constantly going off on a tangent and then coming back to the main story, going off on a tangent and then coming back, and I don't know, is it just me? I mean, feel free to leave a comment below to tell me if you also feel this way as well. But basically, I just don't feel like they act normally. Say for instance, So let's consider Kuro's situation here, right? Kuro apparently is saying that she has amnesia. Does she have amnesia or not? I can't really say at this point, but my guess would be no, that she's just playing the long con and trying to reset her entire relationship with Haru here. But obviously, that is just a guess on my part, right? Like, potential, like, because I really don't know. This is a series where, anything can happen that, hey, they might just pull something, the author might just pull something as ridiculous as having Kuro have amnesia, just over something like this, right? I think the thing that also gets me is how the two, like Kuro and Haru, obviously still care for each other and they still want to, strengthen their relationship and whatnot, and yet each side is somehow traumatized by everything that happened before. Like, I don't know, I just don't feel like it makes much sense. You guys get what I mean? But, I mean, in a way, you could say that, okay, because they each have hurt each other before, it kind of makes sense, but I don't know, especially since the entire thing is, well, I guess they are just high schoolers, but I mean, come on, what happened was definitely not the end of the world. You ask someone out, you get rejected, it happens all the damn time, right? It's nothing to get traumatized over, all right? And it's not even like I don't want to continue on that train of thought, but anyways, and then suddenly getting into this storyline, like, okay, so we are going to be talking with the president of this agency, right? What the heck? We suddenly need to bring like an entire group of friends over to look at this entire situation. Like, what are they even here for? Right? Well, I guess potentially we'll understand in the next episode, right? Why exactly they want to do something of that sort. But it's just, I don't know. Tetsuhiko is definitely the character that I feel is most sane, I guess you could say, at this point in time. But he's more of the role of how can I say this? Because he knows a lot more than anybody else within that are the main characters, and he knows more than us, the audience, as well, right? So he's kind of like this god character right now, at least how I perceive it, who is apparently able to make things happen. So at this point in time, even though he seems the most sane, we can't really get anything from him because, his thoughts, his actions and whatnot aren't supposed to make sense to us either until he reveals them, right? So we are pretty much left in the dark here, and anything kind of goes. I guess if you want to look at it in a more positive light, that also means that the potential for it is infinite, because they can do whatever they want with the story, right? I mean, bearing in mind that this is an adaptation of a light novel, right? But I mean, within the original direction, within the original light novel, the author could do whatever the heck he wanted without any repercussions, because nothing is really said at this point, right? And I mean, at this, going through the past 4 episodes and this episode as well, you really have this feeling that they can do anything that's crazy, or there's basically a lot of hand-wavy stuff going on. Let's put it this way. And is it for the good or the detriment of the work? I guess it depends on how serious you want to look at it, right? But at this point in time, I can definitely tell that I'm not looking at this work in any kind of serious attitude at all. I'm just looking at it for laughs and entertainment here. And because if I really wanted to nitpick stuff, there's like so much stuff I want to retort, so much stuff I want to bash on. But that, I feel, kind of misses the point of this work, which is obviously supposed to be more of a comedy, and indeed you could even say it's more gag. The jokes are more like gag-like instead of anything else, right? It's definitely old school, and a lot of the jokes that it uses and whatnot, right? And in a lot of the situations that it has, this is something that I had known previous as well, listening to some of the seiyus and how they describe this work and whatnot. But definitely, it brings a lot of nostalgia, right? It brings me to a time when I was, 20 years younger, and watching works like this. But it's, this is what we had. This kind of situation is what we had, and what was considered fresh, like maybe 20 years ago, in terms of harem rom-coms and whatnot, for manga and anime and this sort. At this point in time, you definitely feel like I guess it's nostalgic in a kind of way. I mean, the light novel is definitely doing very well, right? So, apparently a lot of people do like it, right? And a lot of people do appreciate this kind of more old school jokes and gags and whatnot. So, who am I to say about anything? But yeah, anyways, so, what else? In terms of, I guess I should talk a little bit in terms of the characters, right? Now, obviously, the big thing in this episode here is, I mean, at this point, we all understand, right? Haru is more of the kind of a very, very straight kind of person, obviously pervy in a lot of sense, but he's definitely the type of character that everybody would describe as kind, yasashi, that kind of stuff. A stand-up character. We can see at the very end here, him standing up for Kuro there, pouring wine all over the president, even though I do feel like there's probably a better way to handle that entire situation. But hey, we gotta show the grit and the fire of the main character, right? So we gotta go all out on this. And to be fair, the president was definitely being a jerk, right? You could tell that this is not a good character the moment he appeared. I thought they might maybe subvert the expectation a little bit, maybe do a complete 180, and instead make the president out to be like a gag character of sort. But at this point, considering his lines and whatnot, he definitely seems to be more on the bad side, right? So, applauding Haru for his actions, but at the same time also questioning, was that the right kind of move to do, right? Like, I feel if it was Shiro in this situation, for instance, she would definitely be fighting back with her words or whatnot, and potentially Maria as well, right? I feel like they would be the type of people who battles with the president using words, and so on and so forth, right? Whereas, well, Haru, I guess, is more of a hands-on kind of person. By this point, we also know, Shiro's and Kuro's personality very, very well as well. Shiro is definitely much more kind of a straight girl, I guess you could say. She definitely plays the mind games as well, but I feel like, overall, she is less prone to doing this kind of, sneaky, fooling around kind of stuff, right? Which is something that is more suited to Kuro and, of course, Momo as well. They are the ones that try to, they try to tease Haru, and they try to play around with him, and so on and so forth. So, does that actually mean that Shiro is the one and only, the true root, if you will? Well, we shall see about that. It's definitely hard to say. I will say, though, obviously looking at this, I feel like Momo, just by virtue of having the experience with other rom-coms and other harem animes before. I definitely put the probability of Momo being the last standing winner very, very low. It seems more or less a two-way race between Shiro and Kuro here, but I still stand. I would definitely love if I could be corrected in the future, and it turns out to be something else entirely here. So yeah, anyways, I do also hope, one last thing, that we don't get too many other girls here, because I feel like it's kind of ridiculous already. We're only in episode 5, and we already have the 3 main heroines. We got that big tit girl from I think last episode, right, who is apparently a reporter or something of that sort. And then we also have Kuro's 3 sisters, who apparently also have a thing for Haru as well. So you add that together, that is 7 girls already. Right, and and we're only on episode 5, so I think at this point it's really getting kind of ridiculous. I don't dislike harem anime and harem works. In fact, I do enjoy them a lot, but within reason, right? I think at most, honestly, 4 or 5 is the most that I would say works well. Right, anything more than that, and you really get into very messy situations. Unless, of course, it's more of a case where it's more of it's less this kind of the harem romance that everybody is trying to suss out each other's feelings, versus something like, I don't know, for instance, like Trinity 7, right, where everybody's intentions and whatnot are laid bare, and so having more girls at that point kind of works. But even then, right, 7 I feel like is also kind of like a good number. Anything more than that, then also just stop, right? So anyways, I actually rambled on a little bit too long. Anyways, thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time as well. Stay tuned.